These are our 4 kids. Our new baby is already being well taken care of by her older siblings. I am Richard, and this is Jaylene, my wife. I grew up in Trail, and after living in the city for a while, we all moved back. My mom lives just down the street here in Glenmary. It's a big support and makes it fun for our kids too. We've only been here since May, but we've wanted to remodel the kitchen since the day we moved in. Some of the decor is a little dated. Everything in the kitchen was green, including the ceiling and the appliances. We're really lucky because Jaylene's dad built us some custom cabinets. Before we get those in, we need to prepare the space so we can safely tear out the old cabinets. We were worried about lead paint and dust since any house built prior to 1976 is assumed to contain lead paint. We arranged to have the kids out of the house before we got started. It's safer for them, never mind easier for us to get work done.
With all this going on, your dad's arriving. Do you want to come for dinner tonight to have spaghetti?
Yeah, and the
I'll
kids
take
are
out
okay
sauce.
to stay at your house until we get
Before you begin any indoor project, remove all items from the work area. The key to a lead-safe renovation is to keep dust down while you work. Demolition is typically the dustiest part of the project. Cindy from the Trail Area Health and Environment Program was available to lend a hand and give us advice on how to do the project safely. This started by setting up a proper containment to keep dust from spreading out of the project area and into other areas of the house. You can learn more about setting up indoor projects in video number 2 of the series called Indoor Containment. We built a flapped entry on the door to the kitchen to keep dust from getting down the hall. We also covered the floor. Then, we covered the path between the kitchen and the outside with plastic sheeting to prevent dust from getting into the carpet. I put a tarp down outside for the cabinets to go on after they were removed. If the home is older than 1976, assume there is lead paint. Before you disturb a lead-painted area, ask yourself if there are any other ways to do the work. Do you need to remove all the paint, or can you just paint over it? The risks from lead paint are very low if the paint is intact and in good condition. It's when you scrape or remove it that it can become a problem. You may want to consider hiring a certified lead abatement contractor to help you deal safely with lead paint. A key part of lead-safe renovation is to use a spray bottle to mist surfaces while you scrape them. Demolish or rip out cabinets or other items, or do anything that may generate dust. Misting helps drop dust particles out of the air so they'll stay confined to as small an area as possible. We did our best not to disturb the paint while we were removing the cabinets. Just in case, we used a spray bottle to keep dust down as we worked. We removed as much as we could in whole pieces so we didn't create extra dust. Each time we pulled out a new cabinet, we placed it next to the containment door to get it ready to be carried outside. Before we took them outside, we sprayed and vacuumed the cabinets. When we carried the cabinets out of the house, we placed them in a safe location, covered them with a tarp, and tucked in the ends. Use the HEPA shot vacuum as you work to suck up dust and smaller bits of debris. This keeps the dust from spreading inside the containment and keeps your project area clean as you work. Also, use your HEPA shot vac for cleanup when you're finished the demolition. Don't use a broom or a regular vacuum as they just stir up dust, and never blow away dust or demolition debris with an air compressor. After you're finished the demolition, it's time to do a meticulous cleanup of the renovation space. I misted the containment we built to get the dust to settle. Then, I wrapped up the plastic and put it all in garbage bags. Then I used the HEPA vacuum on the walls, going from top to bottom, and then the floor to remove any remaining dust from the renovation space. Then I damp wipe the walls from top down and then mop the floor. I use a 2-bucket system for wiping and mopping, 1 bucket for washing and the other for rinsing. You have to change the bucket water often enough to do a proper cleaning. If you want to make sure you've cleaned enough, wipe the wall with a wet wipe. If you see dust or dirt, get a new rag and some new water and clean again. It's important to wash up after your project. Wash your hands and face and remove your work clothes in the project area. Make sure you wash your work clothes separately from the rest of the laundry. After we did the lead-safe removal in the kitchen, it was time to install the cabinets that Jaylene's dad built. It turned out really well. Now we have the kitchen we'd been picturing since we moved in.
The whole process was pretty easy from start to finish. We know our kids are growing up in a safe environment, and now I can have my mom over for dinner in our new kitchen.
To have a lead-safe project, you will need a few items. A spray bottle filled with water to mist the building materials and any painted surfaces. A HEPA shot vacuum, a disposal system like garbage bags or plastic sheeting to put demo debris in, manual tools you will need for removing cabinets or walls like a drill, pry bar, or sledgehammer, If you need to remove lead paint, use manual tools and mist the lead painted surfaces as you go. Avoid using power tools or heat guns around lead paint, as these are not lead safe. It's handy to have your cleaning supplies ready to go. I put 2 buckets, a bunch of rags, and a mop just outside the containment. For the dusty work, you may want a half-face respirator with P100 filter cartridges and Tyvek coveralls with booties and a hood. At a minimum, wear work clothes for any demolition work. I would have to shave my beard to make the respirator fit properly, but since we're taking the steps to make sure we don't generate dust while removing the cabinets, I'm keeping the beard for now.